No white
I don't think
people.
that should be.
We are here for I'm sure this is going to be a fantastic debate panel with a bunch of people. This doesn't really need an introduction. There's a certain word that we probably shouldn't be saying, the cracker word, which is banned from Twitch now, apparently. And Hasan Piker got banned for using this word in a derogatory way. And today we're going to be discussing the cracker word. Hold up. All right. Are you guys, fuck me, dude. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah. You're all unmuted. You can talk now to the stream.
Hey, what's up? What?
All right, you want to go
What's
through
up,
introductions
guys?
real quick?
Sure.
All right, Creepy, you want to start?
Okay, I will start. Okay. Hi, I'm Creeper. I'm the person who edits all of the Bunk videos. Sometimes Dango does it though. And here's my position. You should be free to say it. I am half white. I should be allowed to call anyone I want the C word.
Okay.
That's great. All right, Max, you're up next.
All right. Hey, I'm Max. I use he, him pronouns, and my take on the C slur is that it is conditional upon being a slur, and by that I mean it is not the word itself that is the slur, but instead the intent behind the word that makes it a slur.
All right, dope. All right, Scrimzox, you're up next. Hit it with it.
Yeah, same as Max, pretty much. But I feel that way about every single slur.
All right,
'Cause,
wrong.
You know, like the osler can be used in various ways, and I see the most common usage being just to call people stupid.
All right, wrong. You're up next. Go for it.
And I'm autistic, so.
So, yeah, so I'm wrong, shit post on Twitter, blah 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 blah. Okay, my position is like cracker is a the R slur is
Alright,
no,
stream's over.
R. Bye, all.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
We're done.
It's okay, we're just talking about it. It's okay.
Yeah, so my position is the C word is a slur. Nowadays, words and meanings the word any meaning in the world like fuck. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm so so nowadays, because words have meanings and the use changes over time and evolve over time and shit. Although originally, fuck, I can't even speak.
That's all right.
It's okay.
No. So over time, these words change and shit. But so now, because it used to mean poor white trash, right? And now it just means you're just considered white. That's my take on the C word.
All right, Purge, you're up next. Go for it.
Is that bad?
Yeah, hi, my name is Purge. You refer to me as any pronouns, and my position is, who cares? It's a word, all words only have as much power as you give to them.
All right, Moon Mario. Go.
All right, can everybody hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, buddy.
All right, well, I'm Super Moon Mario. I'm sure none of you have ever heard of me before. And my position is pretty clear. I believe that all words, including slurs, are contextual. You see even like women all the time, you wouldn't call them the B word, the C word, right? But you even see them like a lot of times call each other in a friendly way. You see the same way with the N word, and you can pretty much make that claim for any word whatsoever. I'm pretty sure white people even call each other the C word in certain contexts where it's all friendly. And that's what this conversation is all about. It's within the context, whether it's proper or not to use certain words to insult certain racial groups, regardless of context.
All right, dope as fuck.
Okay.
You're up next now.
Hello, I am the Legend Sauce, the guy with the dead-ass Springtrap profile picture. My, my position on the Ritz word is that, it is a slur, but, a little plot twist here. It's not as bad as other slurs. If you ask me what I mean by that, I will elaborate. Thank you.
All right. Anyone want to start us off? Do you
to.
disagree with each other? Yeah, go for it.
So where I'm coming from is very like historical and again very nuanced. So
What the fuck's
basically
happening?
cracker has historically been used as an identifier, and a racial identifier at that point. That being said, it's been used as a racial identifier for people who have generationally lived in Georgia and Florida, and it's not even in a derogatory sense. It has just been used in a generational and racial sense. It has also been used to refer to poor white farmers, but the word has also been used to refer to white people in general. And because of that, it is not the word itself that is a slur. It is an identifier where it is right now because of those contexts that are still used to this day, especially the Florida and Georgia one, that is still used to this day. And because of that, it is not saying the C word that is a slur, but instead the intent behind it. If I had a friend who was a person of color and they said, "Oh yeah, you're a cracker." Oh, sorry, you're a C word. I'm
You're
sorry.
a gamer.
That was bad
a
of me.
gamer, all right?
But,
Also, tell me to
yeah.
shut the fuck up.
It's in context. I'm sure it's okay.
Context. Twitch.
Yeah.
Context.
If they were to say that in a friendly and non-aggressive way, it can just be, "Oh, he just used a racial identifier." Now, if his friend were to
I have a question.
instead say, "Oh, he's a fucking C word," like
Yes.
in a very clearly derogatory sense, that is where it becomes a racial slur, because a racial slur is specifically an epithet or pejorative used against someone in a group in a racial manner. And because it's not being used half the time as an insult in any way, shape, or form, but instead as an identifier, it is not that bad at all to say.
Hey Max, would you consider monkey a racial identifier?
In what context?
Any?
So, okay, so monkey on its own, you can be referring to the animal, right? That is not bad. That being said, when you are using it in a way that dehumanizes and is used as a racial slur towards Black people, it is not okay in the slightest.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
All right, so I think, hold up. Sorry to pause the very heated discourse right now, but all right, I got somebody else who wants to join in. TheTurnz, TheTurnz on YouTube.com. All right, get the fuck Turns. You're not even the fucking server, cracker.
What?
I can't say that. Shit. no. There you go. There's the link. There's the link. Turns. Get the fuck in the Discord. Okay. I'm sorry. It's so easy to say. It's just like
It's so free.
Roll
Dude.
the
It's
tongue
so
so nice.
free.
Wait, and would you like to know why it's so easy to say? It's so easy to say because it doesn't have
Because
the
we're allowed to
weight,
say
the
it.
social power, or any of the fucking significance that the N-word has, or any
That
other
was gonna
racially
be my
based
point, yeah.
slurs have. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
so we should
it
use
is-
it.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm not saying we should use it, but we have to acknowledge it does not have nearly the weight or the social power or the ability to bring up generational trauma that the N-word does. And
agree.
because of that,
Totally.
it's not that serious. Like, even in the context in which it is a racial slur, it is and being used as a racial slur, it is not actually as serious as the N-word, and it should be very much acknowledged as such.
right.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd
I
be
don't think
comparable.
so. Okay. I don't want to butt in because I'm just
Right.
supposed to be moderating, but none of you are saying anything. That's really fucking boring right now. So, let's say, would you say that'd be a good thing to not even like we're not even supposed to be comparing, let's say, the badness of a word, but just like qualify it as a bad word to use, or do you think there's a praxis under which you can use it beneficially?
So I'm under the so most people will say that a good chunk of people will say either everyone should be able to say slurs or nobody. That's where society should go. I'm under the I believe that nobody should really be saying slurs in any capacity. That being said, we can't really stop people from saying slurs. It should be more of a societal a social turn to just stop using slurs. That being said, I'm not going to like actively be like fucking attacking people for saying slurs, especially like if it like has been reclaimed, like the N-word has been for the Black community.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree here. I don't really believe in this reclamation of slurs. I think it's a really stupid concept.
I agree with that.
Wait, can you hear me?
I think it just doesn't add up, to be honest with you.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can hear
cool.
you.
Yeah.
So here's my take, basically. Like, I know I'm not been in this call for that long, but it's basically like the same take that iDubbbz has. It's basically just like whenever you give this much power to words, where you're just like debating about it and like saying how bad it is, like, come on, dude. You're just like giving all this power to something so unnecessary. When, like, for instance, like amongst Black people, we could say like the N-word, like it unites people, right? But what if that was for everyone? Like, what if, like, let's see, Bunk over here, like, went up to a Black person, and then he said the N-word, and instead of him getting his ass kicked, everyone was like, yeah, that guy's chill, right?
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't
I
know.
thought it just completely erased what it actually
Yeah.
means. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Like that's, however, is a very utopian sense of looking at things, because even if that were the case, it would still carry a lot of weight and a lot of generational trauma. And yes,
Oh, yeah,
I definitely agree about giving power to it. This the entirety of the DGG has brought back this entirely unnecessary drama and is actively giving it the social power like they're saying it already has. And when streamers like Hasan and Vaush, blessed be their names, start using the slur and actively instigating that kind of drama, they are also contributing to giving it social power. That being said, even if they are both giving it social power, it still does not even come close to the level that other slurs have had, racial or otherwise.
So, Max, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you believe in that only certain people should be able to say certain words? Like, for example, right now, the N-word. Do you believe that only Black people should be able to say it in a socially acceptable manner?
In a socially acceptable manner, I can say what ought to be and what ought not to be. And I'm not saying that this is the absolute for society, but I'm saying that Black people ought to be the only people who should be saying or should be allowed to say that word in a socially acceptable way, because when it's anyone else, it's being, especially in the context of that attack, that pejorative, it is actively dredging up generations and so many examples of racial trauma that have been exacerbated in in this country and just throughout history.
What if it's a Black family that
Max.
came to America
Max.
like 10 years ago, past slavery, past Jim Crow, they immigrated, let's say, from a predominantly Black country? Would you still have that same argument?
That black people should be able to say it in a social.
I'm saying
what?
part of your argument of why only Black people should be able to say it in a socially acceptable manner is due to all the history of the word being used against Black people in a negative manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it was a Black family that recently immigrated to America, let's say from a dominantly like Black country? So it's a family that hasn't been affected by those years of slavery and mistreatment under that word. Would you still have that same concept?
Well, if it's from a Black-dominated country, there is a 90% chance that it's a country that has felt the extent of colonialism, and a byproduct of the colonialism is the N-word. And so it's that extension of colonialism where a lot of those countries were absolutely torn up by European countries, basically taking their people, destroying what ecosystems and societies they had, and bringing them to America, or bringing a shit ton of people to America, leaving a lot of these countries in ruins. So even if they are from a black-dominated country, there is a good chance that they have still felt the effect today of colonial empires, which is a extension, which the N-word is an extension of that long-seated colonialism.
But wouldn't that apply to the country that directly colonized them? Like, let's say Spain or Britain or France, right? America used to be a colony. So I understand
Yeah,
the concept of that, applying to, America directly affecting Black people in terms of, in America, and contributing to the mistreatment here. But your statement is saying that, people in Black dominant countries could still be affected by that word in a certain way due to colonialism. What if that was a colony of another entirely different country?
I mean, America has been a melting pot since like slaves first arrived here. It's been, well, maybe not since exactly slaves first arrived here in America, but it has always had multiple colonies with a mix of different countries as their demographic makeup. So I'd say it's a little bit ignorant of history to say, oh, these were just British colonies, so it's just these countries that were colonized that apply, There were colonies from almost every major European nation that had access to ports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What I would say is that I do think that sometimes I do agree with part of what you're saying, but I do think sometimes when we're talking in terms of America and the United States, sometimes we kind of lose focus that there are other people that have been slaves as well. Like there have been
absolutely.
white slaves before, there was a big Arabic slave trade. I think you can go to a lot of countries that exist today, go back in their history and find mistreatment of groups of people, and then being mistreated in cold words.
And they have wait,
sounds like
just
a whataboutism.
Well, it's not even that it's a whataboutism, it's just that those groups of people from that country and who have been affected in the present also have had racial epithets and slurs and similar oppressions, even if not to the same extent as African descended people. They have still had to face like huge barriers. You can talk about Arabic people. Like to this day, Arabic people are still not treated the same as white people in America and worldwide. You can look at Irish people. They were discriminated against highly, and I'm pretty sure there was a slur or two. Like clowns today are actually actually based off of a character of what an Irish person was to the people. So you can still find these reverberations of racism and general prejudice throughout history that have echoed and made their way back to the present.
Okay, so if we use the argument that if certain people should be able to use certain words, if it traces back to a history of oppression and mistreatment, and the Black experience is a very unique one in America, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. And now we've established that even if a Black family comes from a Black predominant country, they could still in some ways feel the effect of oppression, even if it's from a different country, so you should respect that. Would you then extend this to like other racial groups that immigrate to America that have been mistreated under different words? Like I believe like Irish people get called Mick a lot, I believe, and like there's other groups you could probably go through.
Can we not just like drop slurs as examples? Can we not just drop slurs as examples? So there's this one word that they used to call Black people back in the I don't know if you've known it. It's called Nick. Like, bro, you're really playing with fire with my Twitch channel. Holy shit, dude.
So yeah, with that specifically, I'd say if that word was still used, which by the way, it is not used, like it's barely used, if ever, like in today's society. If it was still used to the extent of like, say, the C word that we're discussing today, there would be the same discourse around it. But here's the thing, it's not used anymore. People don't care about it. They don't give it any social power. There's nothing behind that word that reverberates to today.
Wait, Max, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you've talked like all about this racism and whatnot, but you've never actually like extended or explained really. Like, what's gonna happen if like Bunk goes out and he like calls someone the N-word, right? That's like,
highly likely
not
scenario
the
we're
right
working with.
They'd probably be beat up.
Wait, can I finish? If he
Yeah, of
does
course.
so in a lighthearted way, like, what's the impact gonna be? You've talked about racism, but you've not actually talked about this.
Okay. Is he saying this to a black person?
I mean, sure, but let's just say that it's lighthearted, it's a joke. You know, you get the point.
That person, there's a good chance that person is going to look at him like, I'm not, like, yeah, no, this isn't the fucking Family Guy, that one fucking clip where Peter's like, oh yeah, the world's gonna end, I'm gonna go to a dominant black neighborhood and say the N-word. That's not how this works. People are like, it's a pretty homogenous take that if you say the N-word to a black person, you're not gonna get a positive response. Like in the majority of cases.
Do you believe that response is justified?
Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, what I'm getting into is what is the negative effect going to be? Like,
All right,
not on
hold
yourself,
out.
but-
Just let Turns talk. There.
What I'm getting into is like, what's the negative effect, not on yourself, but on the actual black person going to be?
They're being called by a white person the word that has been used to dehumanize them and their ancestors. This is a matter of racial and generational trauma. Like,
Okay, like you've just been repeating this point like over and over again. I'm trying to say like, what's going to happen?
They're gonna get upset.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but the thing is that they weren't even allowed to experience that trauma, so the argument doesn't even work. It's like saying, you know, if I call you a cunt, you're also gonna be upset.
Are you saying that black people in America don't experience any form of
Oh
like
no, I mean,
no, I
negative,
never
like,
said that.
generational.
I think you misunderstood the question. I was just trying to understand like what you're trying to get at here with like slurs and whatnot. Like what
it's a slur. It's being used to attack who they are as a person. It has been used in the past to not only attack who they are as a person, but to dredge up the history of them being treated as less than a human, as a second-class citizen. This isn't just like an insult. This is something that attacks who they are as a person and their history as a person in America.
Isn't that what insults do?
I mean, I would have to disagree with that just because of context. Like, for instance, in the hypothetical, I said that Bunk would be like joking.
Oh well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see how that would like be
You shouldn't
attacking their
go
culture.
up to random people and call them racial slurs.
It's just a joke, bro. You shouldn't be offended by what I just said.
Exactly.
Let's
You
say
gotta be more thick-skinned, buddy. You can't just be mad at jokes. Jokes hold no weight in society at all.
Here's the
My
thing.
words carry no weight.
Wait, hold up. Okay, so let's say, all right, for the sake of an argument, because it seems like you're talking past each other to an extent. Let's say that this person is 100% okay. They've expressed that they are 100% okay with the usage of this word, and it's being used in a more privatized context where nobody else could see it, or could hear it, rather. Would there be a moral wrong there?
No.
I would say no.
No.
All
I
right.
would say no.
All right. So this is specifically about somebody. So is it really about?
This is some random fucking person that you just go out in the street
So
and
okay.
say, "Yo, what's up?"
Well, I
and then
mean,
you say
yeah,
the word.
obviously when it's like
You say
that,
the
it's
gamer
gonna
word,
be-
yeah.
it's-
So
it's-
so
it's-
it doesn't
yeah.
seem so it doesn't seem like it's really about them being black or white. You literally could apply this argument to any like insult whatsoever.
No,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like if
applying
I
to
go on-
slurs specifically. And
All right, what
they have-
about
but it-
what
yeah, but it
about
could
this could I
apply to
not
anything.
apply? What about this could I not apply to an insult?
It's like if I call my friend an asshole and he knows it's a joke, then that's okay. But if I call a random stranger on the street an asshole, they'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I hate
And
this.
it's not just that. Asshole has
Like,
not
why
been
have you just
used in the
randomly
same
insulted me?
like historically and like in a societal way. The word asshole has not been used in the same way as the gamer word.
I'm aware, but you know,
Yeah,
same argument
there's-
can apply.
Yeah, there's more nuance there though.
I wasn't trying to say that asshole is
Yeah.
the same as the N word.
Yeah, no,
Like,
but
then-
but
then
but
what's
would you
the
say
argument here?
but would you say the argument's basically the exact same? The only difference between the argument would be that it's just like a worse.
It's just like an insult 2.0, like with
It's a
DLC.
better insult.
Literally,
God
literally,
damn.
it is
Basically, the
slurs are insults premium.
Insults
Yeah.
premium.
Insults premium, yeah.
Random people on the streets by themselves.
Can I just say though, like, as like
Unless
an
you call them the
autistic
C word.
person that's also bi, I've been called the F slur and the R slur in context that's obviously derogatory, but
Yeah.
I've also heard it like both of those tossed around in a lot of contexts where it's joking and it means something completely different. For example,
yeah.
the R slur meaning stupid a lot at a time, and
Mhm.
the F slur even meaning just cigarette in the UK.
Bundle of sticks.
Yeah, just talking about
Yeah.
But like,
But it's
Yeah.
people, so
think
we
it's
can't take
ridiculous.
examples from that.
I think it'd be
Well, yeah.
ridiculous. I think it'd be ridiculous for me to claim that only autistic people and gay people can use it in a context that isn't derogatory.
Okay, so I'm going to go further
They're
into
using that
nuance
same
here.
context for the N word.
So I think that the F slur is closer to the N word, and that the R slur is closer to the C slur. And I'm just saying that in the context of the F slur is still predominantly viewed and seen in a derogatory way, and yes, people will use it like that. But if you say the F slur in public around a bunch of people, you're gonna get some dirty fucking looks because it is
Depends on
still
where you
used
are.
as well, yeah, of course, if you go to like a
I
300 person
guarantee-
Republican town,
I
of
guarantee,
course-
yeah, dude, you will hear it all
Yeah.
the time. But yeah, no, I get you.
exactly, and
Matt,
that's because it's still used in a really,
I
really
just think the same
derogatory way in a lot
logic,
of.
if I were to
Yeah.
apply it to the N word, it only makes sense that
Alright.
everyone can use it in a non-derogatory way.
Well, no, because like even if you are using it within context in like a crowded place, people are going to hear you and say, "Wow,
What the fuck?
that guy is a fucking bigot." You know, like you're going to go, and that like it's not socially acceptable to really say that yet. Like I think we can all agree that. And then
Yeah, because
with
it's been bolted into everyone's heads that it's impossible to use it in a non-derogatory way unless you all
No.
have think.
and I'm not
I don't
like
agree
I'm
with
saying
that.
I'm saying there's a lot of nuance to that. But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
general, if you say it in public, like around a bunch of people, you're going to get some dirty looks and like maybe even punched by like a gay dude who
Same if
doesn't
you say
understand the
any-
context in which you just
Any
said
really
it.
bad word, obviously, like
No,
Yeah, I mean,
well, no, because
Also-
cracker doesn't get that same. The
well,
C
yeah.
word does not get that
You
same
can't
reaction in
do.
public, and I'd say, and that's why I'd say the R slur is closer to the C slur because because it's not as extremely stigmatized in society. Like even though like it actively can be more offensive than the F slur, because there's a lot less context and other definitions behind it, but it has still been destigmatized to a point where you're not going to get nearly as many like dirty looks in a public crowded space as you would with the F slur or the N slur. There's a lot of nuance there.
yeah.
Hey,
can
Matt,
someone
what
disagree?
is
This
everybody's
fucking sucks.
thoughts on other racial groups using the N word besides white
Okay,
people?
so I have actually a really good
I'm cool
question
with
for this.
it.
I think
Okay,
it
what
would
if
be
they're
like
logic
good,
black?
like-
What if they're logic black? Is that
What
okay?
if what?
Ooh, okay.
Logic
What if they're logic black?
Um,
Who's Logic Black?
Ooh.
You guys don't. Okay, do I need to Google a picture of Logic? Like,
Yeah,
hold
so
up.
Logic,
I do
so
have to do
Logic-
this.
Logic is a
Logic is a white
biracial
rapper.
man who looks
Logic the
very
rapper.
white, but he is half black or a quarter black.
Okay,
He's-
okay. Let
He's
me say
definitely
this.
biracial.
Yeah.
Well, the passing
people who
argument,
say
basically.
you don't like look black or black enough, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so I'd say that
This
Look,
logic. You
look,
see,
look,
Logic
Biden
black.
being
Logic black. All right.
That reminds me of the whole.
Oh, Logic. Oh,
Logic
yeah,
black.
So-
yeah.
okay,
Let's say they Logic
yeah, I
black.
know.
All right.
So I'd say that goes less into the use and propagation of the word, and that goes more into where do we draw the line, and do we go into pure looks or do we go into what's that one thing that Vaush talks about sometimes? Blood quantums. Like
Yeah.
when we're really going into it.
Quantum realm?
No, it's blood quantums. It's how much. It's basically like how much of a specific race is in your blood.
Yeah. South Park
Okay.
did a funny joke about that, where like this white guy found out he's like 2% black, and then he could use the N word.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. It's it's a funny joke, that's for sure. But still, yeah.
I think it just boils down to you can't really please everyone, and everyone will find something. To not
Well,
like
that's-
you for, yeah.
That's why I'm talking about like societal acceptance. Like less people are going to be absolutely fucking mind-bogglingly mad at you if you're saying the C word or the R word as compared to the N word or the F word.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say that's
like-
accurate.
and so if we look
mean-
at the Vaush and Hasan clips, it's pretty clear that Hasan was using it in the context of a racial slur. And
Yeah, he
you
was really
shouldn't,
pissed.
yeah, you shouldn't really be saying racial slurs. I think that, I think that's an okay thing to say,
Wait,
that you shouldn't be saying
Matt.
racial slurs in
Yeah.
general.
I think like
Max.
regardless of like if it's systemically, like if there's systemic racism involved or not, it's still by definition racism. It's still
Oh
How
my
is it?
god,
Wait,
that
wait,
fucking
wait, wait,
profile
wait,
picture!
wait.
Holy
Wait,
shit!
Wait. Who just said that? Who just said that? That it's systemically racist. Like, or even if there's
no,
not
I said,
systemic
like,
racism involved.
what I said was I don't think it's really that relevant if there's systemic racism behind it. It would still be racial
Okay.
discrimination.
Yeah,
So just everyone in here, like, I don't know. Here's my opinion. You can
Reddit
disagree if
broke
you
AOS.
want, but like, I think that we should draw the line when it becomes derogatory and hateful, and that we ought to just normalize like jokes and whatnot. Like, if I call Bunk like the N word or something, like he's not gonna care. Or if I call like my black friend, the gamer word, like I really doubt he's gonna care.
It's
Like,
different when you're saying
and I
it
mean
to a
like
black person
non-derogatory.
Yeah, that's-
like,
that's more
it's different when you're
anecdotal
saying it
than
to a
really
black
apply.
person.
Yeah, that's a lot more anecdotal and situation based than
Yeah.
how it applies to
Yeah.
this group of people and the word in general.
I
So,
would love
like,
to-
yes, you can.
like for
Yeah,
like for example with the slur, it used to be like you used to get like a what the fuck reaction a lot more like a few years
Yeah,
ago, but
definitely.
now I feel
Yeah.
like it's being used more a lot as just the word stupid, which is good. I think we
Yeah.
can also
And,
do that
would
with
you
the other
guys
ones too.
consider that a good thing, or?
Yeah, but the
Um,
issue with that is that
I think it's
obviously
a
if
good
we
thing.
I
become
think it's
too
a really
accepting of
good thing.
jokes-
Yeah,
So
it
I
is.
said-
if we
Yeah.
become too accepting of jokes, then obviously that can
Yeah.
then actual hate can be allowed
Yeah.
through under the veil of comedy.
So first of all, I think that the destigmatization of a word is more of a moral neutral than a specific good or bad. Like like yeah, like it's that's my opinion. And then
I would say it's a moral good because, like, okay, in the Bunk hypothetical, all right. So
oh no,
let's just say it's a friendly greeting. It doesn't mean anything wrong, right?
What if you
And
pop
then
the gamer
this
word?
dude, he like misinterprets it, and then okay, so he misinterprets it, and how do you solve for that? Tell me, how do you solve for it? You normalize the behavior to where if it is derogatory, then we like beat his ass, right? But like if it's not derogatory, we don't care. I don't know.
what?
Again,
Yeah,
I would
I'm
love
so
that, but if
Okay,
it becomes too
I can
accepting, again, it can
simplify it if you
just
want.
allow hate to flow through.
Okay, Creeper. This is
simplify.
completely away from the subject. But Creeper, did you go into my channel and did you just change the thumbnail for this live stream?
I am seeing it
Maybe.
now. I'm seeing it.
Maybe.
Oh, that's very relevant.
There's a
Maybe.
fucking ramp like for being excellent.
I'll put the image when I'm editing this. I'll put the image on the screen so they can
Just
see
a
how
pile of
beautiful it
crackers
is.
with one of them angled like a ramp.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like also like the restaurant Cracker Barrel.
Sorry.
The barrel.
That's not just racist
Yeah.
itself.
Cracker
Let's be
Barrel.
honest here.
Barrel.
I know we were talking about the
It's a
word monkey
restaurant, it's fine.
earlier. You know, no, like the toy like that everyone would use, monkeys in a barrel. Like there's like
Oh.
context, context.
Yo, guys, I'm eating some Ritz crackers. I love this shit. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer saltine crackers to be honest.
Cracker Barrel.
I'm not a big fan of crackers.
If you guys
I don't like crackers. I hate crackers even.
Buddy, why do you
Guys,
hate
guys.
crack? Wait, what do
I
you
just
hate?
don't like them. I just don't like crackers. What do I need a reason now?
Crackers. They're really
Yeah.
tasty.
See guys,
Fucking hate
this
They're
crackers.
salty
very
and
nice.
tasty, but
And now you're just
Guys,
okay with
that's
eating
not funny.
crackers.
this
We don't
debate
take
is
this.
unbased. I don't care what you guys think about the food crackers. How about crack? Do y'all do crack?
yeah.
I mean, more white, obviously. So
The word crackers means food, guys. Get over it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
is not bad that Hasan called people a food. I'm just saying.
He was just calling them a food, guys. He was
It's
just.
a moral
Yeah.
good that Hasan calls you crackers because they're tasty.
Monkeys are very ugly.
It's salty.
So wait. So when I call someone a vegetable,
Yeah, that's good. Actually, no, that's bad. Vegetables aren't
no.
tasty.
Yo. What if my favorite food is a brownie?
Oh.
I
This is
Wow.
this is just race jokes. The panel.
No, it's just my favorite. It's a compliment.
No,
I like
It was
No,
nice
no,
having a
it's
Twitch
about
channel while it
food.
lasted.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
It
It's
was.
about
It was.
food. It's about
Bunk, you're the one
drugs.
who
It's
wanted
about
to do
power. You
this.
stay hungry, you'll devour.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Delicious crackers.
Yeah. I think the main point of this discourse that we've kind of agreed on here is that context is key in a lot of
Yeah.
senses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Basically, yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
totally insane. Don't worry. We're
Like,
Yeah.
still having
reading
reached where
How
we
to Kill,
disagree.
To Kill a Mockingbird is different than calling up to a random black person and calling them racial slurs.
But whenever
Yeah,
you
yeah.
reach
When
Killing
it's-
Mockingbird, you have to say it very passionately.
Yeah.
That's a
To
requirement.
kill a crack a barrel.
That's a requirement. If you're gonna read that book, you have
We
to
should
say
not be allowed to say Cracker Barrel because it's such a gross
Oh,
restaurant.
no.
I've been there once.
Oh,
It's awful.
no.
yeah.
It's
By
the
the logic,
whitest
we
place
should be able to say
ever.
cracker because it's just a food.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but like that was part of the reason why I was saying it's not a slur, it's the intent that makes it a slur in certain contexts. Yeah.
I will say though, sometimes intent's hard to judge.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
can
And
be
that's
masks, obviously.
that's why you got to
Oh,
be
well,
like
yeah.
clear with how you're saying it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like
Unless you want
'cause-
people to like, get ideas, which you don't want.
yeah. Yeah.
I want everyone to have the idea that I'm racist. What are you talking about?
But
They already
yeah,
have it. They already
I
have
think
it.
I think it would be
I'm
really
only
scary
racist towards
to
the
be misconstrued as a
people.
GG here. Like I think that's
No, that's
terrifying.
evil. I don't want to be DGG.
DGG, derogatory, hard R.
Yeah, it's true. It's
What's
true.
that
It is
thing? A
derogatory.
DG or
Like,
it's
you
a
get
secret
called that,
game at
you're
the end.
going to hell.
So we
Yeah.
all agree, and like no one has any hot takes, and I mean, I pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean,
My
like,
hot take is I should be allowed to call
The
everyone
use
that,
of
even
certain
if it's
slurs
rude,
is
because I
praxis.
deserve it.
That's my take.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes it's good to use slurs.
So
Exactly.
here's my take. Wrong should stop playing video games.
It is moral good.
No,
to
no,
begin
no.
with.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go full like 180 and say we should
Oh.
absolutely say slurs.
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah, I
Of course, you have that take wrong. Of all people to have that take, clearly you do.
We should use slurs, but only in aggressive context.
Ooh, is there any rebuttal to this? Any rebuttal? I would love to hear an
Anyone
argument.
disagree?
I'm going to. I'm not even going to like dignify it with a rebuttal.
So we agree we should be able to say these aggressive words freely.
I think your take is wrong.
No, you should only be
How
allowed
so?
to use the
Wait,
C
how so?
word in
My
this
take
way.
is
As aggressive as
we should all
possible.
use slurs aggressively.
How so? Wait. I've yet to see
I've yet to
Ratio
hear a
plus L
convincing
plus
moral
return
argument as to
online.
why we shouldn't scream the N-word at black people.
Exactly. I've yet to see an argument of this.
I'd
Well,
like to hear an
I have
argument
a
that
very
morally
coherent argument against you.
condemns.
Sure.
My argument against wrong's argument is very coherent. Ratio plus L plus you're terminally online. Get dunked on.
My counter argument is you're white.
Good point. Hit it with the ratio plus you're unironically white.
White
Yeah,
male.
ironic.
Didn't ask,
Fucking
don't
white.
care, plus you're a man. Didn't ask, don't care, plus you're white.
Jesus.
Didn't ask, don't care, plus ratio.
Whoa!
I'm cringe.
He said Nick. That's
Olis
No!
Diorio. Nicholas
Nicholas
Diorio.
Diorio, bud.
Nicholas Diorio.
Yeah.
Nicholas Diorio.
Nick.
That reminds me of I had this one friend in high school, and what he would do, it would be in the middle of AP United States history. He would just say Nick Alonian. Like, and he would say this like every other fucking day. Like, it was so fucking annoying.
What's so wrong with saying
Put an
the
R
TV
between
show?
the E and L in Nickelodeon. Not so
Yeah,
funny now.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
This is gonna be so funny to edit.
Oh no.
We did not say the crack a word that many times.
No, we have to say it with an A. We can't say the hard ER anymore with cracker. Cracker.
Well, you just said it. You literally just broke your own rule like within seconds of establishing it, buddy.
Talking about Ritz. They changed the name to Ritz Cracker.
On the topic of the term, the C word, we should talk about that movie called Cracker. About like it's like what if white people were enslaved to black people?
Ratio would take.
Guys, I'm kind of a
Also,
cracker.
young or better. Plus you're white. Ayo, you fell off. Then you're docs. Got it.
19.728.134.5.
Whoa!
Yo, this only got docs.
No, I'm just listing off numbers. Don't worry. I'm not doxing anybody yet.
I was on a
Yeah.
panel where somebody doxed themselves.
Oh, I saw.
I saw that.
They literally just like they just screamed out their address. Pull up.
Instead of Micah pussy, it's like just pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up, you pusshole. God, what about? I have to check my DMs. Hold up.
Can we like
Oh.
debate about Five Nights at Freddy's lore? No, that's it.
Well, I want to know
Springtrap.
what do you
should
all
be
think
absolved
about
of
it's
sin.
okay to be white?
Oh God.
I think it isn't okay to be white.
In what context is
Depends on
this
the
being said?
context.
Is it being used by like fucking
White
far right
nationalists?
white nationalists who's clearly saying it in a better in a fucking like I'm actually better, or like is it just someone
What?
saying it in a context where it's like, yeah, it's okay to be white, it's okay to be black, I don't give a fuck, like that kind of thing?
No, it's not okay to be. Anyways,
Yeah,
You
buddy.
should be allowed to
You
call
know what
white
he
people.
did about
any
the-
skin
It's
you
okay to be
want.
black, huh? I'd contest that point.
I'm half white, so I say we mock every white person ever. Like they like Home Alone. Home Alone's the most white movie I've ever seen,
Home Alone is
and
goated.
they deserve execution. And
Home Alone is
Great
based. What
Christmas
the fuck are
movie.
you talking about?
The real
What the fuck
debate
are you-
panel. The real debate panel.
sorry,
Yeah.
Home Alone is just a rich white person's nightmare.
What do y'all think about Sharia law?
Sharia
They-
law
Oh,
is
I
my
love
favorite
Sharia law.
one everywhere, okay?
What the fuck is it called? Sneaker umbrella? Or
Well,
some shit?
love land. Sharia law is the best.
What's that called?
Oh yeah. By the way, Creeper, I didn't record half of this. So you're gonna have to pull it from the VOD.
I will. Don't worry. I'm just gonna grab it from the VOD.
So, do you guys like want to play Fortnite or something?
Hell yeah!
Yo, the top god, hold on. Let's play
Who wants to
some
play
fucking Fortnite.
Rocket League Mobile?
No, shut up. You're a cracker.
Guys, I just
Actually,
logged
I'm
into
a big-
Fortnite and I cannot believe what just happened. I opened and some kid called me a Ritz cracker. What the fuck?
Oh no!
This is so
You thought I was
sad.
gonna
This
say it.
is so sad. This is so sad, gamers.
Yeah. Yo, Scrimzox. How are you, buddy?
Some
Mike?
stocks.
What's up, my
My cracker.
What's up, my
Cracker?
Ritz
I
cracker?
wasn't about
Wait, Bunk, did you see the two things I sent you in DMs?
What did you send me in DMs?
I
inside
sent
joke.
you Hasan's cracker tier list,
What,
Yeah. Yeah. What
and then
kind of...
and then there's also just this movie from 2020.
You guys are all Ritz
Cracker.
cracker.
Is Hasan rating food or is he rating skin color?
I think skin color.
Is
Let
he
me check.
ranking white people? Or
No,
is
he's
he-
Let me check. I'm pretty sure he's making white people.
That's
Clearly food.
Let me check. Let me check.
Hassan. Okay, we're looking at the Hassan tier list. We're looking at the Hassan tier
I just
list.
sent you a DM. Just look at it.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now. We're looking at it right.
List.
Shut up.
Sure.
Skin
Alright, I
color
gotta
go.
tier list. All right, boys. You can see it right there for the stream.
Yes.
We need
Okay.
the skin.
You see it, gamers? All right, here we go.
So true.
All right. That's Hasan doing a crocodile list.
He's doing the tier list.
It is actually right.
No!
Why is Tom Holland?
He's band baiting at this point.
Oh god.
When was this? When was this done?
Just a few minutes ago.
Oh, that's so good.
Was this on his YouTube or
It's on his
It's on his
YouTube.
main YouTube
what is
channel.
the entire thing?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Why is Jack Black there? He's black.
Because I think
He's
it's
not
hateful, we
white.
didn't actually rank any white people. They were just the.
Box of Ritz crackers. Yeah.
Wait, I'm actually so
What a
confused. Why is
Chad.
Jack Black there? He's not fucking white. What?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's
Purge
not,
really
he's
killing
black.
this
It's in
debate right
his
now.
name.
True.
It's in his name.
Oh,
bro.
what?
Can we,
Black.
can we debate
The
about if
name.
Jack Black is
I wasn't
black?
sure if he was actually like Mexican or Latino at first, and then he was. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, he's not. He just dressed up as a Mexican for a movie.
Guys, he's actually a
Wow.
turtle. From the.
I would know. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Wait, so Hasan didn't actually rank any like white people. We just kind of had them.
Oh.
And
No, he didn't rank. He didn't rank any white people. No,
Okay.
no white
I don't think
people.
that should be a
Guys, hey,
violation of TOS.
I'll do a cracker tier list if you want.
Do you guys? Yeah. Do you guys want to make one?
A
Enough
cracker
about Jack
tier
Black. I
list?
prefer Jack White. He makes
Yeah,
good music.
let's do it.
I like Jack Black because he's a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. So,
What a gamer.
FNAF at Freddy's.
What a
Five Nights at
gamer.
Freddy's.
No, he does FNAF at Freddy's.
Is that where you wanna be? Five Nights at Freddy's.
Jack Black
Is that
plays
where
this
you
game
wanna
guy in
go?
every
FNAF
movie
at
he's in.
Freddy's.
Fuck Bunk. Tired of that dumbass loser. Crying in his bedroom while I'm cruising in my cruiser. This dumbass bitch, thinking that he's cool while streaming on Twitch. Call this Vietnam, we're gonna get you on a weight loss program. Everyone knows, you will never be a pro. While I'm putting my rap game, always tripping out, never no problems with burnout. The vids keep coming, so does the drama. Clearing your notepad, your tweets aging with a granddad. Capital of Chad, doing flips. Everyone in the chat, Bunk is a bitch. Yeah, Bunk is a bitch. No one likes Bunk.